from the All Indiana Podcast Network. This is Wish TV's Behind the Eight.
What's on the program for this fine day?
McKinzie Roth takes you behind the scenes at News 8.
Sounds like a great program.
It is amazing.
Now, here's Wish TV's entertainment insider, McKinzie Roth.
From Wish TV, I'm entertainment insider McKinzie Roth, and this is Behind the Eight. On this episode, Sierra Hignite. Woo! Back at it again with my girl. She's beautiful. She's talented. Sierra. Let me ask you, does it bother you if I cannot say Sierra without saying it like that?
You know, I think ever since that song came out, that happens to me at least like 15 times a week. So I've started just singing along with it. I've choreographed some dances to
this
it.
Beat is
Yeah.
automatic. No, you are my girl, and I love Sierra so much. So first of all, let's talk about your role here at Wish TV.
So I am a general assignment reporter, is my technical title, but I've started filling and anchoring a lot more. So normally I tell people you can typically see me at 5 and 6 o'clock someday during the week. But I've also, Wish TV had a baby boom where there was just something in the water. And
Yes.
everyone had a baby. So when that started and everyone started delivering, I filled in on daybreak anchoring. I filled in sometimes with Phil and or Brooke at 5 and 6 o'clock during the week. And then right now I'm in for Nina anchoring on the weekend. So you could really see me at any point when you turn on your television doing something. It's never the same, though.
At any moment. And how long have you been here at Wish TV?
I have been at Wish for about a year and a half, but
Okay.
I'm from here, so I've always been in Indianapolis.
Nice. Okay,
Yeah.
so a year and a half. So you started not too long before me then, because I've been here almost a year, believe it or not. Almost.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It feels like you just started, but also have always been here at the same time.
Yes. I love that feeling. So I really bonded with Sierra through Instagram, I want to say, because we started following each other at social media, and I'm like, okay, she's funny. She's a down girl. She gets me. I was like, yes, we can be friends.
100%. Our sense of humor
Yes.
and I think interests are very similar, that we're like, yes, I feel that.
You are my girl, and I love that you have an interest and you love entertainment news, just like I do.
I do, yes. Actually, when I was in college, that's what I was dead set on. I had applied for an internship. I was like, I'm going to California. I'm going to work at E.
Yep.
Anyone who knew me, and even high school or college, would say like, oh, Sierra's not doing like, your typical local news, hard news type of thing. I love entertainment. My minor's actually in fashion design.
Fabulous.
So my
Okay.
goal and like my dream was always to, cover red carpet, very Juliana Rancic, Kat Sadler type of stuff.
And I interned under Kat. And I met
Yes.
Juliana. Yes. And like she met Bill on the red carpet. So
Yes.
that's like really fun.
So yeah, that's always where my interests were. But then of course you get into local news, and while I love fashion, entertainment, and all those things, I also love crime and slime and going to a crime scene. So that is why I am happy with what I'm doing right now. But I also love
Yes.
talking entertainment, and being able to talk and dish with you is always fun.
Which is great because I don't have many of my people. So I do a lot of fun interviews, and I correspond a lot with like Entertainment Tonight, Access Hollywood, and it's fun because those are my tribe, those are my people. When everyone has their beat or whatever,
Right.
but it's fun to have like a few here in pocket that I can dish with.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
This is so much fun. Okay, I want to play a game with you.
Okay,
are
I
you
love
ready for
games.
this? Okay, I'm gonna just have you finish the sentence here. And don't hold back.
Oh God. Okay.
I know these are really fun. Okay. I know the interview is going south when. Have you ever had a guest? Because this has happened to me many times. Just totally blank. Live.
Yes, and you have to try to save them because
I
you're like,
know.
this is my live shot too. So
Right.
you've got to just pull them out of the water and like
Step
try to
back.
finish their sentence and then get them back on track.
They just go like deer in headlights.
Yes.
And then you're just like, you feel so bad. I always tell my guests, like, I will never let you fall. Like, ever. If we're in studio and you're live and it's just like, but sometimes I get it. Like, they're not used to doing this like we are. And it's like, I
Right.
mean, we even freak out sometimes because it's live television. That's the fun of it, right?
Yeah, but I think once you've done it so many times, even when you blink, you've trained yourself of like, okay, I got to get back on track somehow. But your poor guests, when they're live, I'm like, I will send you the line, but you've got to grab it.
Something amazing happened to Sierra, and I saw this on your social media, and they came to you. So what you don't realize is you're at the mercy of the people behind the scenes here, okay?
Yeah.
At every single television station, national level, local level, whatever. So like the prompter runner to the producers to whatever's happening behind the scenes. So they came to you early, and you didn't know you were on yet. And you were so cute. You stopped super quick. You're like, oh, hey.
Oh my gosh. Look, and that is my downfall. Funny
Yeah.
story. When I was in high school, we had a broadcast program. I went to Greenwood. And so we would anchor the announcements every morning. It was very short. It was edited. When you're in high school, you're not an expert. So we're repeating ourselves, messing up over and over. And whoever edits it has to cut out those mess ups. So this may be surprising to some people who don't know me personally, have a tendency to use foul language. And that started at an early age for me, unfortunately. And I had messed up so many times on this line that I was like, and I cussed, and it was the F word of all words.
Oh,
and
no.
I was like, I'm not going to mess it up this time. All right. And I did get it right that next time. So we moved on.
Okay.
Well, the person that edited this
use
made
the
the
first.
cut and deleted the good take and kept the bad take. So I'm sitting in biology as a senior in high school. And I hear myself, I'm not paying attention because I read the announcements. I know what they say. And I hear myself go, I'm not going to mess up this time. Read it and then go, and I was like, my whole class turns and looks at me and I was like, oh my God.
Mortified.
Oh, yeah. And now the story is hilarious. I tell it all the time because, I have a job and didn't just completely screw my life up like I thought I did when I was 18 years old.
I always tell people to ask advice. I was like, the key is to keep going. Like I've done live radio. I've always done live television. It's like the best of the best. They just keep going.
Yeah.
You can't stop. And, here's an example. Probably one of my biggest flubs, I've had so many, is when I was introducing, I've told this story a lot of times, a world-renowned pianist.
Ooh.
And I didn't quite get the pianist out.
Look,
and
that's a hard
To
word.
make it, I was like, why didn't they put piano player? And then to make it worse, I tried to reset. I screwed up. I was like, and coming up, we have a world-renowned pianist.
Oh, and you just...
Pete. And I was like, oh my God. And then I'm like, I'm sweating. I had an NBA player in the wing. I'm waiting. And I'm just like, no one noticed. It's fine. And then my ding, ding, ding. My best friends are like, use that penis. It was terrible.
Well, and I think we always think, because it's such a big deal to us because we did it, that you're like, oh my God, everyone is going to,
YouTube
remember
moment.
This.
Yeah.
And you're like, eventually everyone forgets about it. You'll get made fun of for about 24 hours, but everyone has had that. I mean,
look at Ashley Simpson, her SNL moment.
Exactly.
It has passed.
If she
pretty
can
much.
come back from it, we can all come back from it.
Exactly.
What can 160 years of experience teach you about the future? A lot, especially when it comes to protecting what matters. At Pacific Life, we've helped people and businesses confidently embrace the future with life insurance, retirement income, and employee benefits. With strategies built on strength and trust, and a promise to be here for you today and tomorrow. Ask a financial professional how Pacific Life can help you today. Pacific Life Insurance Company, Omaha, Nebraska, and in New York. Pacific Life and Annuity, Phoenix, Arizona.
Audible's romance collection has something to satisfy every side of you. When it comes to what kind of romance you're into, you don't have to choose just one. Fancy a dalliance with a duke, or maybe a steamy billionaire. You could find a book boyfriend in the city and another one tearing it up on the hockey field. And if nothing on this earth satisfies, you can always find love in another realm. Discover modern rom-coms from authors like Lily Chu and Allie Hazelwood, the latest romantasy series from Sarah J. Maas and Rebecca Yarros, plus Regency favorites like Bridgerton and Outlander. And of course, all the really steamy stuff. Your first great love story is free when you sign up for a free 30-day trial at audible.com/Wondery. That's audible.com/Wondery.
Okay, finish this sentence. I am happiest at work when?
Oh, gosh. I am happiest at work when I am honestly under a tight deadline.
Really?
For
So you thrive under pressure.
100%. I have always been a procrastinator. So for me, I love breaking news. I love, I don't love to get blown off like I did in an interview the other day where you got to figure it out last minute.
Yeah.
But when things fall into place, but it's a fast-paced, quick pressure situation is when I feel like I do the best. And that's kind of why I love breaking news.
Yes.
Is because if I have time to dilly-dally and,
Think about it.
yeah, it's not going to be as good as when I'm like, okay, I have one, second to do this. So whatever is best, just I push it out of my brain, and that's
awesome.
typically works out for me as of now.
And
so
you do it well, girl. You're so much fun to watch.
Thank you very much.
I get most frustrated trying to do my job when
I have to wait.
Oh,
that is
okay.
one thing about this job is that you're
Yeah.
kind of at the mercy, especially during the pandemic when people, especially in downtown Indianapolis, a lot of places, they're working remotely into 2021.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you've got to rely on someone answering your phone call or emailing you back to set up your story. And especially when it's something that you have to talk to one or two specific people.
Sure.
They have to respond to you. And before, the best thing a journalist could do was just show up and be like, I need to talk to you.
Yeah,
and
I'll find somebody.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm not leaving until you talk to me. You can't do that now because
Yeah.
you can't go to their office, and I mean, you don't always know where everyone lives, though I'm not going to say I've never gone to where someone lived to try to talk to them. But that is the most frustrating thing, I think, and the pandemic has made it even harder because you're just at the mercy of, they can ignore your call if they don't, if it's something controversial and they don't want to talk about it. Them not answering your call pretty much makes it to where they're not responding. Of course, we're still going to do the story and acknowledge that you just ignored us.
Right.
But, I mean, you want to get both sides and you always want to hear from them and get your
Sure.
questions answered. So that is the most frustrating part about this job for sure.
Now, speaking of controversy, I mean, covering, just the events as of late, have you had any hostile situations that you were actually scared?
Yeah, I think it's when, because, of course on TV, like we've covered the riots and, very tense situations, but that everyone is not like that. Every Republican or Democrat doesn't feel like the extreme of whatever that is, or so you have to remember that. But when you're out in those situations and someone approaches you frantically or is,
Emotions are high.
yeah, it's just, you just
wild.
don't know that person. You don't know
Yeah.
what they're going to do. And you don't want to assume someone's going to hurt you or do something bad, but you also can't be naive in thinking, oh, they're not going to do anything, because then that's when you get hurt. I was at a live shot the other day with one of our photographers, and this homeless man came up, and we weren't, doing anything. We were just waiting on our shot, and he came up and was waving his arms and cussing and aggressively just kind of flailing. And you're like, oh my gosh, like, is he going to attack me? Is he going to attack our photographer?
Yeah.
Is he just not going to get out of our way? And so it's those kinds of things that you just don't know.
Yeah.
But I think it happens all the time.
It does.
People will yell like, go Trump or go Biden in the middle of your shot just to interrupt you.
Sure.
And that's not scary or anything.
Right.
It's more of just a nuisance of like, can you just not interrupt me?
Can you just not?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I have friends at the network that have been attacked. And here's what I don't understand. While covering protests and stuff, I'm like, we're the media. We're trying to tell your story. We're trying to tell, the story of you. Why are you here? And express your viewpoint. So when they kind of retaliate on the media, I
Yeah.
really don't understand.
No, me neither. And that's
Yeah.
something that we did see. We saw both sides. When the riots were happening in Indianapolis, there were people that actually did come up to us and were like, thank you for what you do. We appreciate
that.
you. You're doing a great job. There was that. On the flip side, there were also the people that were F you, F this, F the media. And you're like, so you're out here protesting and you want no one to see then.
Right.
That's
exactly.
basically what that does. So it's like, why, if you're trying to, be
Drum
out.
up attention to
Yeah.
your viewpoint.
Don't you want us here?
Yeah. Exactly.
And I think that's under the assumption of people always lump in local news and network news. So then you hear fake news, or they're slanted towards one side or the other, and they think that that's your local media.
Right,
When you're like, you
exactly.
have to remember there is a separation.
Absolutely.
And they're not the same. And Fox News is not the same as your local Fox or your local ABC.
And there's quite a
whatever.
difference in just how it is and like security levels. I mean, we're not
Absolutely.
out and about. I mean, we obviously, they always look out for our safety is the utmost important thing, but we don't have a team of like security
Oh my
whenever
God,
we
no.
go out and about. I mean, I had a stalker situation on the West Coast. They were like, well, you'll be fine. You got your photog. But photog was awesome, our cameraman, but he was like 60 and like,
Right.
not in the best physical shape. I was like, okay, so it's, I mean, I
Yeah,
could
how are
probably
you
take
gonna
this
help me?
guy more than this guy, right? So it's like, so you do have to be careful and watch your back, right?
Well, and I think part of it, when you're in this business, you are just put in those situations all the time. I mean, for me, I do, when I'm reporting the crime beat a lot. So I'm going into, some rougher parts of town where the crime is happening, and I got to knock on doors and be like, hey, did you see this? Or were you home last night when this happened? Knowing that the person that shot someone or what robbed someone is still at large. And you just kind of think, oh, this is my job. I have to do this. And then I go home and talk to my husband, and he's like, why were you there by yourself? That's not safe. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I guess it's kind of not safe. But I think when you're a journalist,
Sierra
you're
does
like,
not play, though. I have heard her on the phone. I've only heard your side, but you are just like a buster, and I love it. You'll just like,
and I think that's
I love
because
that.
I'm not scared. And I'm like, if
Yeah.
someone approached me, I would just be like, get out of my face.
Yeah, see, I love that.
And
So
I-
you're well equipped for the gig.
I
Yeah.
will say that I have pictured in my head like what I would do in these situations. Because
Okay.
when someone's like, you're insane, why were you doing that? I'm like, okay, so if they pull a gun on me right now, what am I gonna do? Because I had to go into this sketchy guy's house to get surveillance video recently. Actually, no one was around. It was just me. I had to go like this back alley to get into his house.
Okay.
And once I got in there, I was like, this is incredibly unsafe. I should not be doing this. And I thought, if he tries to lock me in the house, how am I going to get out? Like those are
okay. What was your escape plan?
I had thought like, okay, this was an older guy. I could definitely physically take him if I like push him out of the way. I know where that door is. He didn't lock it, so I should be good.
Okay, so you had your plan.
I did. I like thought to myself, how can I escape this house? And while I'm sure my mom would not be happy to hear I put myself in that situation,
but
you
have your wits about you. You got to keep your wits about you.
You do.
Now, this is a total question from left field. What is the most insane wardrobe malfunction, if you've ever had one that you've experienced?
Oh, have I? I feel like I'm the queen of wardrobe malfunction. My first day at Wish TV, of course, your first day on the job, so you're like, I want to look nice. I want to blah, blah, blah.
And you're not relaxed and comfortable. You don't know where anything is.
Not at all. And you're like, I got to try to meet everybody. I got to try to make everyone like me. Like, first day, there's a lot to do.
Yeah.
So I put on this dress that I had, but I loved it. And I had gotten probably halfway through the day, and two girls that neither of them are here anymore, but they were in the sports office talking, and my desk is right in front of the sports office. And they were like, hey, Sierra, can we talk to you? I was like, oh great. They want to talk to me. Like, it's my first day. Awesome.
They're going to be my friends.
Yes. They said, you have a hole in the back of your dress. Literally right on my butt crack.
Oh,
luckily I had Spanx on, so like it wasn't, you couldn't see my skin, but I'm just like, of course.
Thank God for Spanx.
Oh my, for real.
All day, every day.
For real.
Yes.
So that was a recent one. There's so many stories of like where it's windy outside and I never dress for the weather because I feel like I'm an idiot in that aspect. And so like my dress has blown up during a live shot.
Marilyn Monroe moment.
Oh yeah. And I'm like, why do you do this to yourself? I never learned. I still do it.
I have this
still
like
do it.
Black turtleneck, and you'd think safe, right? Black turtleneck.
Right.
Well, I was like, they were lighting me up, and I didn't realize it. Like once the lights hit, and I wore nude underneath, but it was totally see-through.
Oh yeah.
And my photographer is getting so close on my face, and I didn't know why.
Yeah,
I was like, could you
"Get
back
outta
up,
here."
buddy? How are my pores? And it was like, and then I watched back, and I was like, oh my God.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Didn't
wear that turtleneck anymore.
That turtleneck got the boot. Okay, finish the sentence. I cringe at the sight of. What do you? And this doesn't even have to be job related. What makes you cringe? Because Sierra is awesome. Like you have to follow her. Give a shout out for your handle on Insta.
Yes, on everything I'm at Sierra Hignite. So Sierra like Sierra Mist, and then Hignite Hignite.
Because I love she'll sound off. Like I love it.
Yeah,
your opinions on stuff.
I cringe at the sight of. I'm gonna say at the sight of, and it's not really something that you see, but like a liar. That just makes me cringe.
Oh, yeah.
More than anything, because it's like, ugh.
People who lie.
Yeah, but
the truth is lit.
Yeah, for sure. And
Yeah.
that's probably the cringiest thing for me. Which I guess that doesn't, I don't know. That might not make sense, but it's just like, ugh.
Yeah.
It makes me like not even want to deal with them. Like, just get out. I don't even want to talk to you because I don't believe anything you say.
Okay, I like that. I think that might be the title of this podcast. The truth is lit. I like
There you
that.
go.
If I weren't in TV news, I would be.
If I weren't in TV news, I would probably be in design. I always say that if I ever got out of the business, a lot of people go into PR because, I mean, we deal with PR people more than probably anyone.
Certainly, yes.
But I think I would take the route of fashion. I love fashion sketching. I love styling outfits. So I'm not really sure what aspect of design or kind of the fashion industry I would get into, but I think my favorite fashion item is shoes.
Ooh,
I'm like a shoe addict.
Oh, yes.
So like I would love to design a shoe line or somehow work with.
Girl, you should do it.
You know, I always say that I will. If I ever get out of Indianapolis, which I mean, this is my home, so I have no plans to like leave right this moment, but I would love to go to New York and, you know, still work in TV, but somehow get in, you know, to the fashion industry and do something with shoes. I just love it so much.
Very cool. I think you should definitely do that. Let's talk about your makeup because Sierra's makeup is goals, hashtag always on point. Give us some tips and tricks for everybody listening.
I would say getting a good base is key to good makeup because, you know, the eyes, you can do something very simple and it could look still so incredible and so elegant, but you could do something really bold and kind of get the same look. But I think it takes good skill to do both, and there's definitely a benefit to both, but I think you have to have a good base, meaning like your foundation.
What's your favorite go-to foundation? What are you loving at this moment?
My ride or die that has been my ride or die for years is the Estee Lauder Double Wear. And it's more of like a natural matte finish, but I think that it is flattering on pretty much any skin tone and any skin type. I use it a lot of times on brides. My sister and I do.
Oh, so you do makeup?
We do.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
This makes sense.
We don't do it like full time, but it's just something that we both enjoy and are really into. And so we do a couple weddings a year usually. And that is something that we always have in our kit because it works with every bride. And, you know, 2020 pandemic, it's great under masks too.
Yes.
It wears well. It stays in its place. You know, I get hot and I sweat, and my face always right by my nose will sweat, but my makeup stays.
It stays put. Do you have a nice setting spray that you like to use?
I do. I love the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray.
Yes.
That's great. And for setting powder, I think Laura Mercier is like the best, most universal powder. There's some others that I've tried that I definitely like. But
and that's one of those things, it's like, okay, we get it's a little spendy, but I agree. It's like spend it because it works. It'll last you a long time. Like some
Definitely.
things don't skip on. Yeah.
Right. And I will say a good foundation that I like more so for summertime that you can get at the drugstore is the L'Oreal. Oh, I'm forgetting the name of it, but it's one of their newer lines, and the writing on it is blue, and it's L'Oreal.
L'Oreal. So
and
look
it
for
is
that.
glowy.
And it is glowy. Oh, what about your brows? Because your brows are always on point.
Thank you. That has been a struggle for me. My eyebrows naturally are
Really?
so. Oh yeah. I probably got my eyebrows waxed for the first time when I was in 4th grade.
Really?
Oh yeah. I mean,
love
my
it.
eyebrows are something fierce, but I will
mean,
say,
they do rival Phil Sanchez's. because
They
Phil
certainly
is
do.
like the king of the brows. Yeah.
He is. We need to get his eyebrow tips.
Brow game strong.
I love, and I'll tell you, this is a drugstore product, the NYX Micro Pencil.
Okay.
And it is like $10. I get the color taupe.
Nice.
And I have red hair. I just got really red hair actually.
It
but I
looks really
even,
good.
when I had like the brownish blondish red, if that's a color, I used it too. And it's just great. I never go super thin on my eyebrows. I never have.
Yeah.
My mom was always very, against that when I was younger. She's
Yeah.
like, we're not doing it.
like back in the day, like the Pamela Anderson, like
Right.
pencil
Skinny
thin,
brow.
and like no one looked cute with that. Like
No.
no one.
No one did.
Yeah.
But here we are growing it back, getting microbladed
Yes.
brows to fill that back in.
Yes.
I will say I was a victim of, I plucked them too far apart.
Oh,
So there
okay.
was like, a good half foot of space between my eyebrows.
No unibrow here.
No.
No.
But we grew that back in and we found a good medium. But yeah, that to me is the key to good brows is finding a good color and making them fit your face.
Yes.
There are a lot of diagrams on, Pinterest and online where you can see where like the arch of your brow should hit and where the tail of your brow should hit. Because sometimes, you got the Sharpie brow that's it's not great on anyone.
Right. Exactly.
Very dark, very thick. It doesn't look natural. Because I think the key to makeup, whether it's for TV or just for day to day, is you want to look, I call it naturally unnatural.
Yes.
Tell that you're wearing makeup, still look like yourself, but look like naturally that's you.
Exactly.
Because,
exactly.
if it's not believable, what's the point?
Exactly. And just like, oh, wow, you look so refreshed and beautiful. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
that's
thanks.
the goal.
I
Like
woke up like
classic,
this.
beautiful. I did nothing. What do you mean? I didn't spend an hour doing my makeup this morning.
What do you see most on TV? Maybe with our talent, maybe with other talent that you're like, oh, and you just wish you could help. Things that you see that you're like, oh man, just
I
that
will
need to
say,
go away.
Probably foundation issues in terms
Yeah.
of color, whether it be too light a foundation and then your body is like way dark spray tan, but your face is stark
Oh
white.
God, I need to get a spray tan. Mine is all coming off. I look like I have a skin disease right now. but
so is
tonight's
mine.
the night.
So
Tonight's
is
the
mine.
night. Spray tan night. Yeah.
So I would say probably that is the biggest flaw. You can see like the line where their foundation stops
Yeah.
or, the bronzer lines on their face. That, and then for hair, sometimes, extensions and stuff, love extensions, love a good weave, but you got to make sure it's blended.
Yes.
Because when we pull it in front, you can see at the bottom, like the nape
Yes.
of your neck, your short hairs, where
Yes.
it's not blended.
Blendy,
So
blendy, blend.
classic mix up,
I love that. I can't wait for your answer to this one. This is kind of like the finale of Finish the Sentence. Dear Karens of the
Oh
world.
my God, dear
dot,
Karen,
dot.
get a life, get a hobby. I don't get it.
And for those of you who don't know what a Karen is, Sierra, I'll have you elaborate.
A Karen is just someone that thinks they know everything, complains about everything, wants to talk to the manager about everything.
Yep.
Just always has something to say. And for me, I'm someone who, whether I disagree with you or not, you do you.
Right.
It might not be what I like or what I want to do, but I don't care. As long as you're safe, I don't
Right.
care what you do. And you know what? It's not my concern to make sure you're doing what I think is right or what I think you should do. I'll give you my opinion if you ask for it. If I think you're crazy, I'll tell you you're crazy, but not in a Karen way. I just,
I was laughing because for our Halloween episode of Indie Style, I was Princess Buttercup because we did a Princess Bride theme, and I
Love
was
that.
laughing. I'm like, this is probably the one day a Karen won't attack what I'm wearing.
Oh,
'Cause I
yeah.
have like a cloak on.
the
from my
Karens
neck,
love
but
it.
I was like, I don't know, my ankles are exposed.
That's one thing too. It's like if you're ever, I've said this before on my Instagram story.
Yeah.
People, specifically women, when you want to talk about other women and what they're wearing, saying, "Oh, she's such a this, she's such a that," I'm like, you're probably just jealous. Like, if you really have hate towards someone that you don't know.
It's about you, boo.
It is. It's always about you. Because I've even known myself when I want to talk about someone that I don't know, a celebrity that you have never met, and you have harsh feelings toward them. I'm like, I'm probably just jealous because I want to look like that, or I want to have a, husband on the cover of whatever magazine, or, it's like that is what it's about. And that's the flaw of a Karen. To me, a Karen is just a jealous, angry person who's probably unhappy with themselves.
And you really have to just laugh it off. I mean, you really, these days, I've been in this business so long, you gotta have a thick skin, and you know that it's like them projecting their ick on you, and you just gotta do you and shine. And if you have, it can be lonely. I mean, because you do have to protect your energy, and just when you find down people, surround yourself with them, and then be in your own little bubble.
100%. And I've always thought that, I think the first time I got like hate mail or something when I started in TV, and I like talked, Bobby, my husband, was like, I think he was my boyfriend at the time, maybe my fiance, and he was like, that just means you've made it. Yeah. If people you don't know are talking about you, that means you've made it. And you're like, okay, I don't care that Karen thinks that I'm fat or thinks that my hair is ugly or what. It's like, I don't care. Who are you? And most of the time, go through their Facebook pictures, and you're like, who are you talking about?
I remember a Karen was tearing me down for something I was wearing, and I went and checked her out, and she's a dog groomer, and I went back and I was like, you know what? I'm going to kill her with kindness. I was like, well, I'm sorry you feel that way. I was like, I think you do a really nice job grooming your dogs. And then guess what happened? The mean comment disappeared because they just, they thrive on you firing back, and when you don't and you're kind, not all of them, but sometimes they're like, wow, okay. So.
I will say, as much as I wish I was, I'm not a kill him with kindness person.
Yeah.
I'm a kill him with a verbal assault. I really am. And I'm not proud of it, but I'm like, you're not going to talk to me that way and think that like you're going to get away with it.
Exactly.
And you're certainly not going to talk about my friends or my family that way. So like, let's get one thing straight, miss.
That's right.
And I know it's not nice, and I know I shouldn't be that way, but it's just, I can't help it. I'm like, no.
Oh, I'm all about the clap back. I will like not okay, and then once in a while do a clap back just because it's fun.
I think that makes it better too. Because sometimes when people are like, oh, I can talk to them that way, and they'll just be nice about it. But when you get that good,
there's that
they're like,
zinger.
Oh, okay. We'll back off a little bit.
No, where can everybody find you one more time and follow your amazing life?
Yes, you can follow me on both Twitter and Insta. It's at Sierra Hignite, and I actually just started a YouTube channel recently.
Yes, queen. I'm so proud of you. Okay, tell us where we can follow and subscribe.
So yeah, it's just Sierra Hignite on YouTube. I've got 2 videos up now. It's more of like a lifestyle, fashion-y type of thing where I answer skincare questions and makeup questions, fashion questions, that kind of thing. So a couple videos up there. Make sure you go like and subscribe to those.
I'm so proud of you. Sierra! From Wish TV. Thank you so much for being here. I adore
Thanks for having me.
I'm McKinzie Roth, Entertainment Insider for Behind the 8 here on the All Indiana Podcast Network. You can get more at wishtv.com when you follow Wish TV on Facebook. Plus, be sure to follow and subscribe to this podcast on the All Indiana Podcast Network. Woo! Until next time, bye-bye.
Check out more podcasts from the All Indiana Podcast Network now at allindianapodcastnetwork.com. allindianapodcastnetwork.com.